and welcome back to my channel. I want to start this video off by saying a huge well done and a big thank you really to all of you guys at home. The videos last week did really well, and I had lots of feedback from parents and children to say that they were either doing it at home or that they enjoyed the videos. So a big thank you and a big well done to all you guys at home. Okay, so today's lesson is going to follow on from my other maths video. So we're going to be looking at the written method for multiplication again. Today I'm going to start introducing some word problems into the lesson. We will still be using the same method that we learned in the last video. So if you haven't watched that video, I suggest maybe going over and watching that video and then coming back to this one so that you truly understand where we're going with this. Start off with, to get us warmed up, just like the other video, I've got some questions on the board here for you to have a go at answering. So while you're answering these, pause the video and then press play when you are finished. Okay, and here are the answers for you. Go through them, check them, and either give them a tick or a dot. Just a little trick for those who maybe find their 8 times tables difficult. The way that we remember 8 times 8 in my class is we say we ate and we ate and we were sick on the floor, which sounds like 64. So we ate and we were sick on the floor, 64. So big well done if you got those correct. Well done, you've now warmed up and ready for the lesson. Okay, so here is our first question that we are going to answer together. I'm going to do 2 of these and then I'm going to give you some to do on your own, and then I'm going to put some word problems up on the board for you to have a go at. So the first one, we've got 14 times 3. 14 times 3. Now, if you remember from the last video, the first step that we need to do is we need to put our tens and units column. So our tens and units column. And what number goes on the top? Can you remember from the last video? That's right, 14, because 14 is the bigger number. We always put the bigger number on the top. And then we've got 14 and we're timesing it by 3, and 3 goes in our units column. Remember to draw a line and then leave a space for 2 numbers and then another line. Fantastic. Okay, so we always start off with our units column. So we start off and we go 4 times 3. 4 times 3. What is 4 times 3? That's right, 12. So 12, we have got a 1 in the tens column and a 2 in the units column. Well done. So that goes there. And then we move over to our tens column. So we're now timesing the number in the tens column by 3. Who can tell me the value of this number here? What is the value of this number here? Remember, it's in our tens column. That's right, it's 10. It's not 1. And it's not 1 because it's in our tens column. So the value of it is 10. Now, I'm pretty sure we should all be able to do 10 times 3. 10 times 3. What's 10 times 3? 30. Well done. 30. So 30 has 3 in the tens column and 0 in the units column. Well done. What do we need to do next? Who can remember what we need to do next? That's right, we need to add these 2 together. So I'm going to put a little add over there, and we're going to add these 2 numbers here because we've already done this bit up the top, so we can forget about that for now. So we go to our units column. 2 add 0 is 2. Well done. And tens column, we've got 10 add 30. That's right, it's 40. And there's our answer, 42. Big well done if you got that right. Okay, so we've got our next question on the board here. If you'd like to have a go at doing this one on your own, just pause the video here. But if you'd like to do this one with me, then just carry on watching and we'll go through it together. So we've got 24 times 5. 24 times 5. Okay, so I've wrote this one out on the board. Have I done it correctly though? Looks a bit odd to me. Can anyone tell me what I've done wrong? Yeah, that's right. I've not put the big number on the top, have I? I've got the two numbers the wrong way round. So I'm going to rub that out. And I'm going to write it again. So big number on the top, 24 times 5. What am I missing off this time? What have I missed off this time? Ah, that's right. I forgot to put my tens and my units at the top. And I've forgotten to do my lines as well. We start off with our units column. So 4 times 5. 4 times 5. What's 4 times 5? That's right, it's 20. 20. So 20 has a 2 in the tens column and a 0 in the units column. Okay, so we're now going to move over to our tens column. What's the value of this number here? What's the value of that number there? 20, you're right, it's 20 because there's a 2 in the tens column. So the value of this number here is 20 and not 2. So I'm just going to write that over here to remind me. 20 times 5. 20 times 5. Now 20 times 5 seems a little bit tricky to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 20 10 times smaller so that it's now 2 times 5. What is 2 times 5? That's it, 10. And then I need to make 10 times bigger. Good, 100, well done. So our answer is 100. Now just rub that out because it's in the way. We'll rub that out there. Now we need to add a hundreds column on, don't we? So we've got 100. So the next step, we need to add these two numbers here together. So 20, add 100. I'm going to put my little add sign over there. Start with my units column. 0, add 0 is 0, well done. 2, add 0 is, or 20, add 0 is 2, or 20. 100, 0, add 100 is 120. If you have done this on your own and got that correct, well done. If you've been doing it with me and you've been answering my questions as we've been going on, a big well done to you. I think you might be ready to do some of these on your own now, so bear with me and I will put some questions up on the board. Okay, so I've put some questions up on the board. Notice how I've done level 1 and then I've done a level 2 over here. So level 1 are a little bit easier for you, and then I've got level 2. So if you want to challenge yourself and if you feel comfortable to do so, push yourself and do level 2. But if you are just starting out with written multiplication, maybe just try level 1, and then if you find those easy, then of course you can move over to level 2. So pause the video here and have a go at answering these, and I'll be back with you in just a second. Okay, so let's start to go through these questions. Let's start with level 1, question 1. So I need to put my tens and my units at the top. 12 times 3. And my two lines, it's getting a little bit cramped, isn't it, down here? Okay, so we start off with 2 times 3. 2 times 3 is 6. And then we move over to our tens column. So we've got 10 times 3. 10 times 3 is 30. Well done. And then we need to add these two together. So units is 6, add 0 is 6. Tens column, nothing, add 30 is 30. So your answer to that one is 36. Give yourselves a big tick if you got that right. If you made a few mistakes, just go back and check it now. Okay, moving on to question 2. So we've got to put our tens and our units. So we've got 15 times 4. And I'm going to draw my 2 lines. Oh, running out of room. So 5 times 4. 5 times 4 is 20. And then we've got 10 times 4. 10 times 4. Oh, 40. Then remember we need to add these two together. So we're going to start off in our units column. 0 add 0 is 0. Tens column, 20 add 40 is 60, or 2 add 4 is 6. I've just realised you can't even see the answer to that one. There we go, it is 60. Well done. Okay, so we're now going to move over to level 2. So we've got 37. I'm going to put my tens and my units column up here. 37 times 6. 37 times 6, draw my 2 lines. So 7 times 6, 7 times 6 is 42. And then we've got 30 times 6. So 30 times 6 equals, oh, a bit tricky. So I'm going to make that 30 10 times smaller by covering up that 0 there. 3 times 6 is 18. Make 18 10 times bigger. 180. Fantastic. So I'm going to add my hundreds column up here. 180. Excellent. Well done. So I've got my units column. I'm going to add these two numbers together. Then start with the units column. So 2 add 0 is 2. Tens column. 4 add 8, or 40 add 18. So 120. So we need to put the tens from, because how many tens are there in 120? 2. Well done. We've got 2 tens in 120. And then we need to remember to carry the 100 over. So we're going to put the 1 from the 100 down here. And then we're going to go over to our hundreds column. Nothing add 1 is 1. But then we've got this little guy. Okay, and then we've got question 2 down here. So we've got our tens column and our units column. 75 times 4. Our 2 lines. Okay, so 5 times 4. 5 times 4 is 20. And then we've got our 70 times 4. So 70 times 4. Now 70 times 4 is a little bit too difficult for me. So if we make 70 10 times smaller, and if we do 7 times 4, 7 times 4, what's 7 times 4? Good, 28. And then we need to make 28 10 times bigger, 280. Well done, add your hundreds column, 280. Good, now we need to add these two numbers together. So units, 0 add 0 is 0. Okay, and then we need to go over to our tens column. We need to do 20 add 80. 20 add 80 is 100. Good, well done. And then we need to carry that 1 over. And remember to add it on here. So hundreds column, nothing, add 2 is 2. And then we've got this little guy down here, which makes it 3. So 300 is your answer. I'll just move that down for you. There you go. 300 is your answer. Big well done if you got those two correct and you tried level 2. Those were really tricky questions. They were trickier than the questions that we had in the last video. So a big well done. And also a massive well done if you got the level 1 questions correct. If you made any mistakes, just pause the video here and just go back through and just check where you have made those mistakes. It may have been that you forgot to carry the tens over or the hundreds over. So yeah, go and check them now and then join me again for the next couple of questions. Okay, so I've put some word problem questions up on the board for you to have a go at home. So remember that it's still the same method that we were doing a minute ago. It's just a matter of picking out the information and putting it into the written multiplication method in your books. Okay, so here you go. Pause the video here and read through your questions. Level 1 this side, level 2 this side. Okay, so we'll start off with level 1. So level 1 says, Sophie ate 12 Easter eggs for 3 days. How many eggs did she eat altogether? So what's this question asking us? What's it asking us to find out? Okay, so it's asking us to find out how many eggs did she eat altogether. And to find out how many eggs she ate altogether, we need to times 12 by 3. So which number is the biggest number out of 12 and 3? That's right, it's 12. Put in 12 on the top times 3, and don't forget to put your tens and your units column. 2 lines. Then we're going to start with our units. So we're going to go 2 times 3. 2 times 3 is 6. Fantastic. And then we are going to... And then we're going to come over to our tens column. So in our tens column, we have got 10. 10 times 3. 10 times 3. Good. 30. Fantastic. Then we need to add these two together. So start with our units column. 6 add 0 is 6. 10, nothing, add 30 is 30. Fantastic. Well done. Okay, now we'll go over to level 2. So level 2 says, Josh went on 7 bike rides a week for 36 weeks. How many bike rides did he go on? Okay, so what's the question asking us? The question is asking us to find out how many bike rides Josh went on altogether. Okay, so how many bike rides did he go on altogether? So we need to do a multiplication to work this out. So which number is the biggest number out of those two? 36. So tens and units, and we're going to put 36 on the top. Times, and then we need to times it by 7 for 2 lines, and then we need to do 6 times 7. What is 6 times 7? 42. Well done. Then we need to do 30 times 7. 30 times 7. I'm just going to write that down. 30 times 7 equals... Now I'm going to do 3 times 7. What is 3 times 7? 21. Good, well done. Make it 10 times bigger. Fantastic. 210. So put your hundreds. 210. Okay, now I need to add these two numbers together. So units column first. 2 add 0 is 2, fantastic. Then we need to go to our tens column. So 4 add 1 or 40 add 10 is 50 or 5. Good. Hundreds column, nothing add 2 is 2. So your answer is 252. Big well done if you got either of them correct. If you need to go back and just double check if you have made a mistake, feel free to do that now. Okay, and I would like to set you guys at home a challenge now of thinking of your own word problem that you can give to either an adult at home or one of your siblings at home or anybody in the house, and ask them to work it out for you. And then you can test them at home with the knowledge that you now know. Okay, well done guys, and thank you so much for joining me for another lesson. We have now finished, but I will insert a few more questions here for you to answer at home to test what you have just learnt. A big well done and a huge thank you for joining me again for another lesson. Please, please, please don't forget to hit the like button and to leave me a comment if you have enjoyed yourself, or just to say hello so that I can see who's been joining in and who's been working really, really hard at home. Also, if you'd like to be notified for when I do upload, I will be obviously uploading at 10 AM, but if you'd like to be notified when I have uploaded, just hit the bell button, which is just down here, and hopefully then you will get a notification to say that I have uploaded a video for you. Have a lovely Easter break and enjoy yourselves.